Hello, hello. This is Gerald Salenti, and it's Tuesday, June 21st, 2022. And you know what Tuesday is? Trends Journal Day. And your new Trends Journal, come out shortly. Another brilliant cover by the brilliant Anthony Freda. There it is. Does it look familiar? It's a mental institution. We have a bunch of mentally ill people destroying our lives right in front of your face. It's a freak show. Who's your favorite freak? I liked Obama. He was the Nobel Peace of Crap Prize president. I love that guy. Quoted in the book Double Down. I'm really good at killing people. I want that guy Gaddafi out of there. No, Salenti, be proper. Gaddafi has to go. We have to bring freedom and democracy to Libya. And we're going to do a troop surge in Afghanistan to slaughter more people and to lose a 20-year war. And I fucking lied my way into office as a peace candidate. And you stupid shitheads were too dumb to know that I'm a fraud. I'm Obama, the bomber. No. I'm Bill Clinton. Every time I get caught with my pants down and some chick is sucking my dick, I say that's not sex. And I bomb the fuck out of Iraq. And I killed over 500,000 people under the age of 5. Ask Madeline, not all that bright. Oh, she's dead now. Can't ask her, but you could see it on Leslie Stahl on 60 Minutes when she said the price of those 500,000 children under the age of 5, it was worth the price. And then little Georgie, ballless dick out of his fucking head, Bush. Saddam Hussein tried to kill my daddy. And he has weapons of mass destruction. And ties to Al Qaeda. If Al Capone was alive, he would have said Al Capone. Freaks are running the show. Oh, and then there was the narcissistic Trump. Yep. Oh, remember what he did? Tried to overthrow the government of Venezuela and brought that little clown Guaido in there? Oh, no. He killed that guy in Iran. Oh, did away with the Iran nuclear deal. Oh, yeah, promised to put up the wall, rebuild the infrastructure. And the only thing he did was give tax breaks to the very rich, including himself, where 1% got 82% of the tax breaks. What other fuckface am I forgetting? It's a mental institution. Oh, then you got that shithead over there over in the UK, or is it the FUCK? Yeah, little Boris Johnson. Could you get a creepier freak than him? Look at this guy. It's a fucking mental institution that's destroying our lives. And these are the same mentally ill pricks, and I can't say the other word, that gave us the COVID war. And then we go into the economics section of today's Trends Journal. We show what's going on. That's totally out of the news. Hey, did you go flying around this weekend? Oh, yeah. There were only about 25,000 flight delays and flight cancellations. But little prostitutes, the media whores who get paid to put out by their corporate pimps and their government whoremasters, the scumbags who sold us the COVID war, never mention that the reason for these delays and cancellations, they can't find workers. Whether it's the people at the desk in the airports, the baggage handlers, the flight attendants, the pilots, all created with the COVID war. We never heard of this shit before, of the Great Resignation. They have destroyed this country and countries around the world with the COVID lockdown. We've become the Chinese communists. Oh, they're still locking down over there. That scumbag over there in Italy, Was the first guy to lock down after the Chinese, and all the clowns followed. And now, bullshit Biden. We just don't need more money for vaccines for children. We need more money to plan for the second pandemic. There's gonna be a second pandemic. There was no first pandemic. The people that died of this died because, hey, 94% had 2.6 pre-existing comorbidities. And if you live in the United States, once upon a time, they used to have the Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus, and now they're coming back. But they're not going to have the guy where you got to pay money to see the fat man or the tattooed lady. You're all over the streets. Everything has gone way down. The people that are dying from this diseases are unhealthy. And speaking of which, the emergency phase of COVID-19 is over. Doctor groups urge Biden administration to revise guidelines for children. We strongly urge you to revise the CDC's COVID-19 guidelines with regard to testing, isolation, and vaccine recommendations for children. It goes on, really pulling it apart like we have, Dr. Mercola, RFK Jr., and others have. Gary Null. Oh, speaking of which, Gary Null, Progressive Radio Network, top health guy, right ahead of the curve beyond most anybody, going back to the 70s and 80s, talking about natural healing. He'll be a speaker at our upcoming July 23rd Peace and Freedom Rally right here in Kingston, New York, starting at 2 o'clock. Scott Ritter, another speaker, and the great judge, Andrew Napolitano, and myself, and the hot damn band. And we'll have vendors and food, drinks. It'll all be there. The Four Corners of Freedom, John and Crown Street, Kingston, New York, July 23rd. We're fighting for freedom, peace, and justice. Be there. Spread the word. Go to occupypeace.com, occupypeace.com for more information, or freedompeacejustice.com. Going back to the Trends Journal. People follow the mainstream and they swallow the crap coming out, and that's why they're not prepared for the future. What we're giving you, no one else is giving you. Go to CNN, the Cartoon News Network. This is what's the major headlines as minutes before I got on the air. 7 takeaways from today's January 6th hearing. Who gives a fuck? How's that going to help you? How's that going to help you prepare for what we're going through? And it's all in your Trends Journal. Trends on the economic and market front. Economic and market overview. Investors dumping corporate bonds, wonder why. All the details in here. Again, with the Fed raising interest rates, 75 basis points, what's it going to mean? Bitcoin, we have the numbers. We've been right on target. Gold. Industrial production went down in May. Retail sales went down. Hey, but the prices went up. So they went down a lot more than they're telling you, because with inflation at 8.6%, you're buying a lot less and it's costing you a lot more. This COVID war has destroyed life on earth that's unprecedented. The streets are dead at night. They're dead. Where I am up here in Kingston, New York, the biggest complaint everybody used to have, there's no parking, there's no parking. Now you can park anywhere, anytime, any place. And that's not only here, it's around most of the world. Central banks, they hiked the rates and the dollar went down. Is the dollar going to stay down? Not as we see it. But the damage that's going to happen, and the dollar will eventually go down, and gold will go up. It's all in your Trends Journal. And by the way, now most CEOs, they see a recession coming. Go back a year ago, we've been saying recession. Only 22% said it would happen. Again, great articles in here. We're preparing you for everything we can. And great article in here by Gregory Mannarino. Great articles in here on technocracy and cryptos by Joe Duran. Featured article by Dr. Paul Craig Roberts. Freedom has departed the Western world. And Mannarino's article is Central Banks are now taking emergency measures and what it means. Of course, we have Trends in Survivalism by Bradley Steiner. And don't call it dragflation, it's degrowth, says the World Economic Forum. And This Week in Surveillance, Joe Duran. Cryptos. Trends in the COVID war. Yep. And that's, by the way, the top U.S. COVID war hawks and war hawks in the United States. Totally vaxxed, totally boosted, and totally COVID. That fraud Fauci and that arrogant Sullivan guy. The bullshitter. Trends in geopolitics. Is Russia fighting the U.S. in Syria? U.S. in close contact with Israel before attacks in Syria. Americans get poorer, military-industrial complex gets richer. Trends I views, trends in high tech, one after another. We're giving you everything we can. And now, only 11% of Americans believe Russian President Vladimir Putin is to blame for record high gas prices in the U.S., according to a Rasmussen poll just published today. More than half, 52%, said Biden's poor energy policies. And how about the sanctions that he put on Russia? And talking about the sanctions, Germany is preparing to enter a second phase in its gas emergency plan within 5 days, according to, 5 to 10 days, according to Die Welt. It's reported just now. They called it an alarm phase. We have everything you need in this Trends Journal. We're telling you what's going on, what it means, what's next, and what to do. Stay on the mainstream. Stay with CNN, the Cartoon News Network. Keep swallowing their crap and go down the toilet with them. They're losers. We're winners. No one can match our trend forecasting record. Subscribe to the Trends Journal. It's only $2 a week. And if you don't like it, 30-day money-back guarantee. We promise you, what we're giving you, you're not going to get anywhere else. And where we're going, you better be prepared. Yeah, the markets are up today. It's a joke. Again, all the facts, the figures, and the forecasts are in your Trends Journal. Read history before it happens. And don't forget, July 23rd, at the Four Corners of Freedom, Crown and John Street, 2 p.m., Judge Andrew Napolitano, Gary Null, Scott Ritter, myself, other speakers, the Hot Damn Band. We're giving you a great time for peace and freedom. We must stop this madness because these sick people, these sick bitches and bastards, you know, they just throw the crap out there. Oh, if only women were in charge, we wouldn't have wars. Oh, look at that clown over in the EU, that woman. Oh, yeah, she keeps selling war. Oh, and again, I could keep going on with all the. How about Hillary Clinton? We came, we saw he died. When she found out Gaddafi was dead. I forgot Margaret Thatcher with the Falklands War. Oh, and what about Condoleezza Rice? The next mushroom cloud you see, we better get Saddam Hussein. It's going to be a nuclear bomb, right? Oh, yeah. Bullshit. Good and bad comes in every race, creed, or color. And we're the race, creed, and color that's going to meet on July 23rd at the Four Corners of Freedom. We're going to push this peace and freedom rally and not stop. The only way our economy is going to survive and thrive is to take the money away from the warmongers, the war machines, and put it back into the economy. Bring home all the troops in the 800 bases overseas, secure the homeland, put them to work rebuilding our rotted infrastructure. Instead of sending the trillions of dollars to the military-industrial complex, give it back to we the people. And you want to go to war? Let the people vote. That's Occupy Peace. That's our movement. Be there, July 23rd, 2 p.m., Four Corners of Freedom, John and Crown Street, where the seeds of democracy was sown. And remember, tune in tomorrow, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, for Salenti and the Judge. So long. From COVID war to Ukraine war to world war. Are you prepared for what's next? These are unprecedented times. What's next? What's going to happen? Read the Trends Journal. We have an unsurpassed track record of forecasting history before it happens. Subscribe to the Trends Journal. Read history before it happens. From the world leader in trend forecasting.